I'm with the PalFish Kids Official Kids course, and I am a teaching mentor on the app. I'm doing my 30 days of vlogs, and these days I'm pretty late to put one out. However, today I just needed a break from screen time. Sometimes there just comes a point where you've been looking at a screen for way too long and your eyes need a rest. Anyways, I wanted to kind of bring up something that I've seen a lot of teachers commenting on lately. For example, teachers talk about how they had lessons in cars and noisy places like shopping malls and, various unusual places. I think my most unusual place was backstage at a concert one time. It was so loud, it was pretty stressful, and it was for an official kids course student. But I will say that PalFish is kind of marketed to students as something they can do anywhere. You can take class anywhere. One time I had a student who went on a trip to a historical site with her family, and she ended up showing me around the site while she took classes. A few days ago, she showed me a picture where her mom or dad had taken a photo of her taking a PalFish class. And I thought to myself, this is a great advertisement of how convenient PalFish is for students. So don't be alarmed when you open up your classroom and the student comes into class in very unusual places. Don't be alarmed. That is their choice and their prerogative for where they want to have class, and that's the beauty of things. Today, my student was taking a break between his I guess he was taking soccer lessons, and he had class. And his mom was right behind him, just monitoring the class and making sure things were going okay. And I've had classes where a student was eating at KFC, another student was walking back from a hike that he had. And these are chances where you can open dialogue with your students. You can ask them where they are. You can ask them what they're doing. And it's a great warm-up, and it gets the students to talk about their experiences that they're having currently, or maybe they talk about something they've done throughout the day. If they're eating out, you can use food words and food vocabulary to talk with them about what they're eating. And there's lots of fun things that you can do, and the parents are usually sitting very close or nearby, so they hear everything that's going on, and it's really fun. Sometimes my students are coming back home from a trip somewhere, and the grandmother or grandfather is sitting in the back seat next to them, and you kind of see their head peek in, and they just kind of get right in the camera, just looking at you like, oh, this is really fun. And sometimes I'm like, hey, or I say hello, and it's just a real fun way to introduce myself to extra family members. I've had students who were babysitting their younger brother or sister and, kind of juggling class at the same time. So, if you have a situation where a student is in a very unusual place, don't be alarmed. Just go with the flow of things and have fun with it. Open up a dialogue with your student and ask them, how are you? Where are you? I find myself asking that question to many students. Where are you? I find myself asking my students that question, where are you? And then I get them to kind of tell me about their surroundings or just some really interesting things that they notice. And it's nothing to feel stressed about, and it's nothing to contact your admin about. I know that in some of the chat rooms, some of the newer teachers have mentioned before, who can I contact? Who is someone that I can talk to about this situation? My student was outside sitting under a tree, and it was noisy outside. Well, if you go into the teacher handbook under a section about questions you may ask, this question has been addressed, and it's just basically stating, this can happen, this will happen, and just go with the flow of things. I know that at first, if you're a new teacher, that it might be an uncomfortable experience for you, but as time goes by, it gets easier, and it can be very fun and exciting for both you and the student. And, I don't know. I don't like my student to feel uncomfortable themselves. I mean, sometimes they don't have a choice of where they are, and if their parents have booked a class, it's not like, we can't just look at them and say, well, I'm not having class with you today. You're in a really loud, weird place. Yes, when I had my class backstage at a concert, it was stressful. It was very loud. Yeah, I did have a headache after the class, but just keep swimming, just keep on going and doing your best with the situation that you have. If the student is running around through a car park, do the best you can to try to find a way to get the student's attention. And the parents will greatly appreciate your efforts and see that you're trying really, really hard to get the attention of their child. And the parents will also see the energy that you are giving out as a teacher and your efforts as a teacher too. It's a great way to also establish your reputation as being a teacher who can accept any situation and basically, as the cliche goes, make lemonade out of lemons. So those are just some things to think about and consider. If your student is in an unusual place, don't be alarmed, don't be stressed about it, and it's nothing to contact an admin over because it has already been addressed in the official handbook. So I would like to remind you just to look at the official handbook and just see what it has to say about our role as teachers, as well as other information that you need to know that is vital to your teaching with the official kids course. I will see everyone tomorrow.